Hi, Indiana Joan here. This week we're working on the footings for the house, or footers as they call them here. And that basically means we're putting in a concrete pad all the way around the frame that is the exact dimensions that we need the house to be in order to build the concrete walls on. So it is a very exacting job. You know, there's something in scripture, something about a good foundation on the rock. Well, this is the rock that we're working on this week. Kurt right now is working on getting all of the lines down in the hole. Everything was up above in the ground because that's where we were digging from, but now we're down in the hole and he's got to get those lines down so that we can have accurate measurements for our house. You might see a bunch of gravel in the pit. That's basically to give us something to walk on because this dirt is slippery when it is wet.
All right, that looks good. Now I can get it out of the water.
Yep.
Just like you have with your ice cubes where they expand when they're freezing, that's what that's what water does. It takes up more volume when it freezes. So if you have that below your footing and it expands, then it's going to lift your foundation. It'll crack your foundation. So you need to have your footing down below where frost can hit it, so that when it expands beyond the footing, and the footing stays firm because it's sitting on solid ground. So you have to get below what would be the expected frost line of the area you're in. And here it's 32 inches minimum.
Hey, Indiana Joan here. Some of you wondering why we moved to Indiana. Well, it'd be these guys, grandkids, workers, helpers, makes it all happen. Does it? Oh, they're kind of tall. I guess you either get me or them. You can't have it all. So the concrete truck is here. We got to get it from way up high on the street down to the lowest level of our house down by the lake. So this is going to be a task. Cement only has a certain amount of live time that you can work with it. It's a lot of cement. Well, just like that, we're done pouring the lower footings. It's kind of crazy. And now we're doing cleanup. It's pretty cool how these concrete trucks have water right on them so they can clean up the concrete equipment, but really it's also for adding water to the concrete because it can get pretty stiff. This job you're seeing in fast motion most likely, but it took over an hour to get all of that done, and to keep that concrete wet so that you can work with it is a little bit of a trick, but kind of cool. Just thought you'd want to see it. Well, here's the footings. You missed a few things that were running around on that fast motion camera. We basically couldn't get our generator to work. Thankfully, our neighbor had given us permission to use his electrical power because while they were pouring concrete in that crisis, the rod that you put into the concrete to strengthen it was too long. So I was running over to the neighbors onto their deck, plugging it in bringing it over, finding the concrete saw, all trying to do this without stepping in the wet concrete, getting it set up. I set it up in a way that the skid steer ran over it and left some bare wire, but it still works, so that's good. But you know, you can edit things and make it look pretty good. There were a few crises. I know for those of you that want to see those, you have to watch that fast moving tape pretty fast or pretty closely, and you'll see it.